So much for that. Maybe... Hmm. I should be getting news at some point. Some point soon, hopefully. I don't have the patience for this. Hello? Please, just pick up. That's what I'm getting for trying to get second grade employees. Calm down. Calm down. This is nothing but a little setback. You need to calm down. Okay. Plan B. My hello.
Hello. Oh, Jesus, you're tall.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you very much. Are you enjoying your stay in my establishment? Oh, another one.
It's a nice place. Oh.
Hello.
Greetings. How are you doing?
I'm alright. How are you?
Puzzled, but that's for another time, perhaps. Say,
Alright.
are you enjoying yourself in my fine new establishment? I'm doing my best to improve the conditions here.
Yes.
It's nice.
You're doing an excellent job.
Well, thank you very much.
I was wondering if I could set up a repair shop.
A repair shop?
Yes, I have experience repairing ships and weaponry and armor. I am somewhat of
Well,
a mechanic.
yes, I suppose you could, although I would ask you for a hand. A favor, so to speak. And I could set you for a
Sure.
shop for free.
Just tell me what you need done.
I have acquired quite a lot of goods, and the transporter has gone dark. I'm looking into the matter as we speak, but I have no way to tell where my goods are exactly for now, in what condition, or if they're ever gonna come my way. If you could gather them for me, I'm sure some of those could even be useful for you.
Sure thing. Just, do you want me to obtain them without causing any casualties?
Well, I prefer you do not kill anyone undeserving. I cannot tell if it was done on purpose or not, and I would appreciate the innocence to live on another day.
Sure thing. No killing.
If they are, however, trying to, as they say, roll me over, then you're free to do as you wish, so long as I get what I paid for.
Sure thing.
The,
And
the
I do
offer is
what I
valid
paid
to you as
for.
well. Well,
Hmm?
Just tell me where to
considering,
head, and I'll get to it as soon as possible.
you see, I ordered a full container. It was supposed to come with shelves, chairs, a
Mm-hmm.
whole kitchenette, all kinds of goodies to really set this place up and running. A much better experience to any and all entering. But I have been waiting on this for about a month and I've received no news for the past 3 weeks. At this point, safe to say it will not arrive on its own.
Has the person you bought from confirmed that they sent it out?
They did. And they promptly vanished into the night
Alright.
the next day. Although I suppose their end of the deal is done.
If you would be so kind as to send me a map of the, trajectory the ship took or was supposed to take, I'm sure I can piece it together from there.
I can do that, yes. I don't currently have it on hand, but if I look through my files, it shouldn't take me too long. I'll be sure to send it your way as soon as I can.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing. As soon as I know where it went, I can ask some of my less savory contacts if there is any criminal activity in the area. And from there I can probably find where it went.
Let's hope all of it is intact, otherwise we may have to go deeper in this quest. I would
Don't
hate to
worry.
have to break a few eggs.
Let's hope none of it went to my
It
universe.
will be done the way you want it to.
Well, as I try to be diplomatic, let's try this approach. You seem confident in yourself, and, well, frankly, we both have something to gain from this. I don't see why you try to do me wrong. And you too, I
I have
suppose,
nothing to
if you
gain from
wish.
doing you wrong.
Hmm. I just do what I do best. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care. I
Well,
want your supplies back,
would
sure.
you need would you need a hand? I've spotted this individual a
He
few
can
times in
come
my
along.
cameras. I suppose he's somewhat
If
of a
you wish,
fighter.
if you wish for, if you wish for him to come along, he can come along.
Well, I certainly believe the more armed arms, the better. It can help certain situations. Although I believe this would most likely not happen, this is a legitimate purchase after all. But we can never be too safe.
Now, who's to say a simple, legitimate purpose of buying supplies and whatnot does not attract the wrong crowd for said supplies?
If I would have acquired some weapons, I would be inclined maybe they have been stolen. But those are merely furnitures and very common items. I just so happen to have a good deal on what I ordered.
Mm, that doesn't stop the wrong crowd from ever going after it.
No, you're not wrong, but it should lessen the chances at least.
If I saw a cavern with guards, who wouldn't stop me? You do
Well,
whatever you can do
hopefully,
best.
my name and logo on the crates should deter anyone, but I suppose everything is possible.
Hmm?
Hmm, you may need help
Hey,
moving
you
all
said
this
you're a
stuff,
no,
now that I
no,
think
go
of
ahead,
it.
go ahead.
I'm looking at the two of you, and we are talking about a complete container of goods. I would lend you my ship, however, it is not working at the moment.
How big of a
My
container are we
own ship
talking
will
here?
suffice.
I might be
Splendid.
able to carry it onto the ship.
You? How?
Sorry, just because of my short stature doesn't mean I have big arms.
But you don't have big
Hmm,
arms though.
that is true, I
Don't need big
suppose.
Oh,
don't need big arms if I can move things with my mind.
Oh,
I guess you got a point, but
you're
Solid
one of
copy.
you
Following
never
your lead,
know.
pilot.
magic, I suppose.
Yes,
Uh,
the Force.
Ah, force. Hmm. I know very little, but I am aware of its capacities, and that is remarkable. Such as this, I
It's
suppose.
useful.
Indeed.
You okay there, Sir Knight?
yeah, I am. I am. The potion I took earlier, so saying it's total arm.
Hmm.
Well, should you ever need restrooms, the currently only working ones in this establishment is on floor 291. Unfortunately, the pipework for other floors does not yet work properly, I'm afraid.
It doesn't.
Not
The other place
yet.
only has one working bathroom.
This is newly open, and I am doing my best, sir. Unfortunately, I am rather limited. I did manage to get the generator working, the force field activated, and the hangar door to work, which was a lot more work than one could assume.
Consider hiring staff.
I am in the process of considering. I believe this establishment was in much better shape before I purchased it than what it truly is.
What happened between then?
Oh, only a few months, but I feel a part of its history is missing. The security system has been brought down, for that matter, and I have no way to tell what happened.
Yeah.
But it's quite alright. If anything, it makes it more interesting.
If you need some help repairing stuff, let me know. I'll help as long as you pay a good price.
Well, I could take you on that offer, but first, let's see how you handle picking up a grocery list. We'll see from there.
How difficult can a pickup be?
Well, I suppose
I can do
the
something.
picking up part is probably the easiest part. Figuring out where that may be harder.
Yeah.
It
I got my
must.
contacts.
Let's hope yours are better than mine. Fortunately, it seems no one has seen this ship.
Why not give it a show?
Excuse me?
If
Hmm.
no one's seen it, like, why not show us to us right now? I'm curious to
I
see
do
what it
not
is.
currently have the information on me, unfortunately.
Alright.
I will later, but, well, let's use the time to give the transporter a few final moments to maybe call me back. You can never know, and I like to give plenty of chances to anyone that I can. Although I have very little faith
Sure
in this one.
thing.
Hmm. Oh, and it goes without saying that whatever you find along the way is all yours so long as I get my goods.
Ooh, new gun. I'll
Duly
take it.
noted.
If I don't check out the wares upstairs, I'll be all to be.
Hmm. Quite.
He's a strange one.
That he is. I've seen a few reports of that one.
The
A
knight.
lot can be said. No matter. Seems to have a heart in the right place.
Hmm. Oh, he's a knight. Suppose they would. Unless, they were living in a nuclear fallout, they'd lose their mind because of all the, well, sanity they would go through from the loneliness. But I guess he does have some of a heart.
Well, you seem fine for someone going through such tragedies.
I got shot in my head, survived. Multiple times I've been stabbed, survived. Honestly, I'm tired of just being all that crap. Now I'm just a bounty hunter doing what I do best. Killing. Making some caps.
I'm sorry, did you say caps?
Caps. That's some money. That's our currency. Do you not know?
He means bottle
I.
caps.
Mm-hmm. Nuka-Cola. We take the caps from there, we can make millions off of it. Actually, you get the whole factory and make
Hmm.
millions.
This may be an issue.
Why? You use pretty well
I.
at cash, they call it, the paper or whatever. Is that what you use? Is that what you believe?
I use
I mean,
credits.
what the hell are
I do
credits?
not have any caps. Would you have some?
Credits are a more digital form of currency.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna need to be getting used to soon, but alright.
I
When you
can.
think about it, that way you don't have to carry around bottle caps.
Mm. Suppose that's fair. My pockets are full. I have too much.
If you truly wish, I could probably find a exchange rate and a anywhere or anyone to exchange credits to caps, although this would take some time.
If you can, I'm sure. Otherwise, I'm all for
Hmm.
whatever you can pay me for. I'll even take new weapons if you have them.
Weapons. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You
Well,
live in a nuclear fallout, there's two things you pay with. You pay with a weapon, or you pay with the caps. Otherwise, you ain't getting nothing in there.
between all three of us, considering there's no one else in the establishment, I may be able to provide you with some weapons.
Sure.
Do you require traditional ballistics? Do you require blasters?
I have too many weapons that I could name them all off still, but I like adding to a collection to make sure I have backup weapons for those weapons. I
Hmm.
could average from the normal weapons of ballistic firepower, which is run on bullets. You got the ones that run on paracells. You got the ones that are plasma based. I got too many to count. I've got ones that
And
have
how about
explosives.
millies?
Whoa. I don't really care on a lot of melees, but sure, depending on what you
Hmm.
got.
Well, I have a few assortments of energy blades, power
Oh, energy.
hammers, and the likes. Perhaps you'd be interested in seeing some of these.
Sure. When you have the time, I'd like to see them.
Splendid. We may check them over
No,
later.
thank you. I have only one question. You said you were a mechanic, right? In sorts.
Yes.
Have you ever worked on a Titan by chance?
Mm, not yet, but I suppose it would be easy to pick up.
If the job goes the way I feel like the job is probably gonna go, where we end up having to shoot someone, do you think you could repair my Titan if you get a look at it?
Definitely. I have worked on spaceships, on weapons, on cannons, on tanks.
These stackable and arsenal weaponry you could repair.
Oh, I maintain my weapons and armor myself.
Well, that's good to hear, at least.
A
At
handyman.
least something goes on.
So yes, given enough time to examine your Titan, I could try to repair.
That's
And what a
good.
wonderful place to try and achieve this in my hangar. Of course, if you
Hmm.
ever need to, this should be a simple retrieval mission. Wherever that
You
may
said
be.
in case the mission goes the only in case the way it goes that I think it might go, they made any repairs after which.
The,
Otherwise,
the
sure.
amount of times my employers have ensured me that it should be simple retrieval of a target, and then it turns into a fight.
Trying to claim a bounty, and he decided to go hire guns for hire, only to have realized, oh, he said it was simple, and there's a bunch of guys you gotta go through. It's always never that simple. But then
Of
you get caught.
course, I understand your worries, but these are common goods at a affordable price. Surely it would not take that much interest from anyone else. At least I hope.
Mm, mm,
You misunderstand. I'm not worried for my safety. I'm worried for the safety of whoever stole it.
Hmm, I see. But don't remember, keep in mind, they have been purchased, maybe they were only lost. Let's give the people a chance. We never know.
Or the transporter decided to
I
take him for
keep to my
himself.
instructions. You told me to not harm any innocents. I will not harm any innocents. As soon as someone draws a gun, they're dead.
Fine by
If he
me.
takes me along, I'll just support. I'll just cover him from afar. I won't bother shooting him unless I see a gun.
I would appreciate the cover.
Sure. Thankfully, I have my anti-materia rifle on hand, so we're good.
Well, a wonderful pair you two make, then. And you said you had a ship, therefore it should make transport that much easier. What about you?
I don't got a ship. I really don't. I got my Titan, and that's all I do.
This Titan of
At
yours,
least all
does
my
it
weapons, too.
soar through space?
In a way, it does, yeah. When it comes crashing down. Otherwise, no. There's a bunch of other versions of it out there, but I could never find them.
Well, wherever the goods are, they're definitely not in this system, or I would know. You may need to find a way to transport your time.
I suppose that's true. But in my case, I just shift between it. Yeah, I don't know where it sits. I don't know. One day when I got here, I suddenly was able to just shift between me and then that Titan. And since then, it's just been a thing. It feels weird every time, though. Is that what it's like having such robot hands? Old and metallic? Ooh, it's weird.
I
That's a good thing.
suppose so.
It feels weird to you because you're not used to it.
It feels quite natural to me.
I am sure that if a synthetic got the opportunity to pilot another person's body, then those fleshy hands would feel weird and squishy to them.
It definitely would. And don't say that because I don't need anyone inside the Titan when I'm in there. When I'm it. Just thinking of that actually made my whole body just shudder. Oh.
But you can be piloted. Yes?
I can be. It would just increase my chances of survival. But yeah. I just prefer not to be. Haven't found a right pilot, nor have I found someone to trust to be inside of me.
One said like this.
Yeah, well, I'm a bounty hunter. Where would I trust a person who trusts a person like me who hunts bounties? Not exactly gonna
Well,
find one out here.
if you ever get a wallet
Maybe
deep
him.
enough.
Maybe him. I might trust him. But otherwise, no. I don't trust anyone else.
You should
That one?
not. Do
I said
not
might. I
trust
didn't say a
me.
word fully.
Don't.
I trust.
Word of advice, don't trust anyone. My loyalty is to the person with the biggest purse.
Exactly. Exchange of procedures
If
is
I
all
get
that really
hired for a job
matters.
and I go after my target, and my target pays me more, then I work for them now.
I respect that.
In all fairness, this is how most of them do work. Which is why usually I would avoid that, but considering this job, I highly doubt anyone would pay more than me for my own goods. And since we both have something to gain, well, the choice is rather obvious.
He gets paid. I get a gun. He gets back. I don't really care. So,
And hopefully, with what we'll accomplish together, we could fill out this whole portion. I think that would suit very well. I did buy a
well,
set of
maybe
tools.
you should consider getting yourself an attack ship in here. Maybe something small and light, or maybe even a Titan Bay for people like me.
Well, I can assure you, once my ship is repaired and functional, it is quite spectacular to see in action.
It's fair. It's a big guy. It looks it, and I could tell by your way of saying it. It does sound like it. I'm just saying something smaller and lighter to defend, just in case you're not around. You never know.
I suppose, however, I'll keep the bay as clean as I can for
Okay.
wary travelers, such as the two of you, I'd imagine.
As long as you don't start pulling a whole takeover or anything like that, heck, do what you do. I'm just here for the
Why would
ops, the
I
weapons, or maybe some grids.
why would I take over anything? I own this entire system. This planet is mine.
Apologies, I came out wrong. It's just that I've had some troubles with a lot of synthetics and etc. that don't exactly agree with the way I go about my life.
Well, this is where you're mistaken. I once was a human. Some time ago. And so, with that in mind, I completely understand how we function, despite my appearance. I'll say there are benefits to both worlds, but you really only notice it once you've gone beyond. In any case,
Yeah, well, I don't expect to die by a bullet. I don't expect to die by age or, I don't know, do something good for my life.
well, helping others for some compensation is good, I would say. Of course, depending on what it is you're doing, but well, if you encounter more jobs like this one, then by my definition, you would be a good man.
Mm, it was that easy for someone
I'm
else.
neither good nor bad.
You're neutral.
You're where the money goes.
No, I do whatever serves me best.
Mm-hmm. You're neutral. You're considered the person who cares for yourself, so you would be neutral, not caring for them or for those. You're neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at the end of the day, aren't we all? If I've acquired all of what I have today, it wasn't by doing charity. I did what I must in my own interest. Although I consider myself a good man, I just prioritize myself.
Mm, that's fine. That's fine.
But I have a goal, and this goal is for many others' enjoyment. And I believe this is good enough to be considered a good man. And besides, such establishment as this one is the perfect place to encounter fellow good men and women to do good business and grow connections from. And it's already bearing fruits. Despite how empty it all is for the time being, I'd say this is a moderate success.
It will grow
Mm.
in due time.
I do hope so. Well,
Just like the sanctuary back at my world, Diamond City. Took them years before they finally built up a nice home. Take time before
hmm,
you build something nice like here.
Diamond City. It has a nice ring to it.
Mm-hmm. Would you find it funny the fact that they named it after the diamond on a baseball field? They literally named it after a baseball field that they live in, Diamond City.
Well, that's a bit disappointing. I was hoping on more glamorous stories, but hey.
That's how they named it. You should see how it looks. They've got a nice little restaurant in the center, places to sell goods, food, water, weapons, gear, you know it, you name it. A school that they can teach kids at. They've got a detective to do what they do best. A mayor that knows what he's doing. It's a nice city, unless weird name, but it's a nice city.
Well, it's much like this establishment, then. At least, what it
It's a nice place.
hopes to become.
It will take time.
Questions, and they'll be working with you. What do I call you? I do not require your real name.
You can call me
Lone
Lone
Ranger,
Ranger.
got it.
I don't tell people my real name.
A wise
Same.
decision.
You can call me Corvus.
Corvus. Alright.
Yours truly, his name's Savo. Pleased to
Bravo.
meet you. Yes.
Alright.
Pleasure doing business, Savo.
I'd say we've waited long enough on this transporter's call. Perhaps I should go in my office and find the route it was supposed to take. This is very unpleasing, but I'll be leaving the two of you for a few minutes. I will be right back with
Sure.
the necessities. Enjoy what you can, I suppose. The elevator works only for a few floors, but surely it'll bring you someplace interesting. I will be right back.
You may want to upgrade your security system for cameras, otherwise, there.
Well, my personal abilities are on the security for the time being. And I've managed to make the turrets work in some regards. But there's quite a lot of work to be done in quite a lot of ways. This whole endeavor is a bit more complex. A tempting offer, although I would have to consider it some more.
Sure thing.
I couldn't have security simply turn me over for a better pay. I'll keep it in mind for the time being. But for more pressing matters, excuse me for a moment.
Yes,
Hmm.
management's back.
It seems the two of you are already getting friendly. It's wonderful news.
Oh, he showed me a flashlight.
That's not a flashlight. We were exchanging our preferred weapons and styles of fighting.
Does it complement each
It's
other?
important to it. Thus far, yes. He prefers ranged. I prefer up close.
Wonderful.
It's important to know these kind of things before you go on a mission with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Because then it also tells you their weakness, in a way. Where their strengths at and their weaknesses at.
All the better for
Helps.
your success.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You two want weapons, and this one does would like a shop. Hey, everything helps anyone, everything is welcome. Speaking of which, here
Mm-hmm.
is the route. And you should receive it any second.
Okay. Let's see. Ah. Yes. I see.
As you
Interesting
can tell,
sector.
yes, this has been brought on the inexpensive side of things, but in good condition. It should not pose a problem, but, well, if it truly did not, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Let's see. Where did they lose contact? Ah. There. Okay.
I've tried contacting the last port between the final destination, the final known destination, and they've confirmed seeing the ship pass by, but it did not reach the next one. Wherever that may be now is in your capable hands. I believed I'd fixed that pipe some time ago. Suppose it leads to leaks.
I guess so.
Hmm. Well, I knew this was not going to be an easy task, but starting to have doubt about this
What
whole
did I just
establishment.
say? What did I say earlier? Not everything is so simple.
I know. And believe me, it could be so much easier, but, well, I'm starting to realize just how hard all of this will be. Not that I can't manage. I'm simply surprised. But a deal is a deal, and I will get to see the better end of it. For better or worse. Huh, who am I kidding? For the
No,
best. Period.
now it brings up an unusual question. What goes through the mind of said person to go after your cargo when all it is simple supplies?
Beats me. I have no clue who even took it, or if anyone took it. Perhaps the ship simply emergency
Did you
someplace.
did you pay extra to have it delivered faster?
I did not.
Hmm.
I
Was
was giving
anything
a
else on board that might have, you know,
Value?
well, perhaps in other containers, I assume, but as far as my purchase went, I had a single unit all to myself. My unit was as safe and mundane as one could expect. Although whatever else may be on that ship, I could not track everything. Although
the
I
ship
tried.
that the ship that transported your order? Is it usually associated with more expensive deliveries?
I made sure it wasn't.
Hmm. Odd. Maybe they got hit by an asteroid.
Or someone else
Perhaps.
smuggled on there without them knowing.
If you smuggle someone on board, make sure there is something worthwhile first.
I would hope
Yeah,
so.
unless you're trying to escape. That's the biggest thing. You smuggle someone onto a ship, depending on what ship it is and where it's heading. It could be any type of people. A scout, a runaway, thief. My
Well,
biggest thing here, though, is I'm thinking is a runaway. Someone's
No
running
use
from your ship that's
speculating
just caught
till we know
back in
more.
the middle of it. Mm-hmm.
if anything, as far as I'm aware, the ship only had less than 20 other units on it. It shouldn't be that hard to notice. It's a sizable yet small ship.
I don't like the unknown variables, but it is what it is at times.
Oh,
Well,
come on. It just makes the job more exciting.
I'm going to be tagging along with you in your ship in space. I'm not exactly used to the whole space travel.
I
well,
assure you,
This is
it's
your world.
completely safe.
I'm just here for a long.
there are pills for that if you wish to avoid. What do they call it?
Motion
Seasickness?
sickness.
No.
It's motion
Something
sickness.
along those lines.
Some might call it car sickness.
Yes, that's the one.
What? How can you get car sick when we got no working cars?
Well,
You can still suffer from
now,
the condition without knowing.
and
True.
suddenly I want to keep an eye
That is
on this
true.
one during the ride.
I'll be fine.
Just don't
Like I
throw
said,
up
this
on
is.
the seats, please. Those stains are hard to get out of the leather.
I'll
Ooh.
just throw up on the people when we meet them.
Please don't. This was acquired legitimately.
I
Yeah,
advise you use the toilet.
mm-hmm. I want to ask the people when they were transporting in those other containers.
Well, if all is what it is, and if every buyer, shipper, sender, and receiver are all the same, then just like my shipment, they should have no information on what is in the unit. Only labeled common goods.
Yeah, fine.
Although common goods nowadays also includes bullets and energy packs, but well, times are changing, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'll go and start prepping things. Make sure I have the supplies.
Keep in touch.
Do you guys need anything? Explosives, munition.
Mm.
I'll be
You
fine.
may need.
I
I'm fine.
You don't need anything?
then
I
it's
mean, do you
so.
have enough cargo room in the back? Is my
Oh,
question.
trust me, I have more than enough room.
Alright, then I say we're pretty much fine.
Then it's so.
Alright.
Thank you again. Have a wonderful day. Hmm. I believe I should send a message to this transporter. Maybe with some chance they'll see it. And they'll be able to sing an exact location and save you people some time. I suppose I'll try to do that. Excuse me, but I will be making my way to my office and try to save you some work. Such a bother for such simple items, really. It's almost baffling.
Of course. Well, it is what it is. I used to be a courier. And then.
A man of many things, I see. That's good to know. Good to
Oh,
keep
I
in
learned a
mind.
lot. Well, I had to grow up. No parents.
Well, you and I are not so different, I believe, but there'll be stories for different days. I will try my best to take care of all of my duties. After all, I have more than a single shipment on my hands at the moment, but an entire most of a planet to take care of. I will be seeing you soon.
Well, look at you. You managed to get to the end of the video. Or did you skip? You better not. Anyway, you watched the whole video, so might as well subscribe while you're here. There's gonna be more like that, I promise. Maybe. I don't know. I don't care. Do what you want.